This construction site is the future home to high-speed rail in downtown Fresno. Thanks to a $70 million cap and trade grant from the state of California, you'd expect to see many more sites like this in and around Fresno. However, the city council says that in order for construction companies to get part of the action, they'll have to be part of a project labor agreement. Project labor agreements, or PLAs, spell out rules on who can work on the projects. The contract is between the city and a union group representing construction workers. The projects are going to be built in and around Fresno, and the goal is to help reduce greenhouse gas emissions. However, not all contractors have to be union shops, nor do employees have to be union members. The unions, though, will be the referral source of most labor. Contractors are allowed to have some of their own workers. Half the work hours performed shall come from local workers, and there will be an effort to hire veterans. Ronald Hicks is a board member of the Associated Builders and Contractors, a trade group. They oppose PLAs.
We just don't believe they're good for the overall taxpayer representatives. We're not opposed to unions. We just think it should be fair and open for everybody. Project labor agreements range from 15 to 25% cost overruns.
It doesn't. There's no credible evidence that it ever does.
Chuck Riojas of the Building Trade Councils defends PLAs.
PLAs are good not only for the city of Fresno, but for anybody who's going to do an infrastructure project that cares about their community and elevating that community in those apprenticeable occupations. We choose to use the vehicle of a project labor agreement because in it you can control basically the parameters of a job and how and who will be going to work on those particular projects.
The council voted 5-2 in favor of the project labor agreements. Traditional conservatives Steve Brando and Clint Olivier voted against. The more liberal wing of the council supported the contract. What's also interesting is that Lee Brand, the mayor-elect and known as a fiscal conservative, voted in favor of the PLA.
This issue is really, for me, a struggle. And I understand the philosophy of my colleagues. I understand the arguments. But I'm always going to take a look at the big picture and do what I believe is best for the city of Fresno. So I will support this PLA today.
GV Wire asked Brand why.
Based on my conversations in Sacramento, I believe that had we voted down the PLA, it would seriously jeopardize that funding. Well, when you read between the lines, when you talk to the powers that be in Sacramento, it's clear to me the direction we had to go.
The Associated Builders and Contractors of Northern California have been politically active in the recent Fresno mayoral race. They donated a total of $8,400 to Brand, the maximum allowed. They are not happy with Brand's vote.
Well, we were disappointed, no doubt, that Lee elected to vote in favor of the PLA. In all fairness to Lee, I understand that because of the tactics implemented by the trades, and their sometimes backdoor deals up in Sacramento, it leaves the little opportunity for the cities to do nothing less but to accept some of those deals. You know, they have. If you want the money coming from Sacramento, sometimes they have strings attached, and it's a tough decision, I'm sure, but that's one that Lee and some of his other council members elected to concede on.
I've got to look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is protecting and addressing the issues of the entire city.
The city of Fresno has the distinction of being the first city in the nation to ban project labor agreements. That happened back in 2000. But facing pressure from the state taking away funds, the city reversed itself, reinstating PLAs in 2014. Mayor-elect Brand tells GV Wire that this is one of many tough decisions that he'll have to make as leader of the city. They may not always be popular, but he believes he's doing what's best for the city. David Taub, GV Wire.